Hello everyone, welcome back to another deck tech video. It's been a few months since my previous deck tech video for Teysa, and since then I've upgraded this Teysa deck into a 2.0 version, so I figured I'd make a second guide to talk more about my favorite deck, and hopefully give you guys some inspiration to build your own Teysa deck. Now, this time around I won't be going over the entire deck. If you're interested in the foundations of this deck, please go check out my version 1.0 video and my Moxfield page. I have an entire primer guide for the deck written out on Moxfield. It's hopefully super beginner friendly. You can just take a look at it and it'll tell you how I like to play this deck. So, this Teysa deck still sits in bracket 3 by definition. There's 3 game changers. The win con is presented by turn 6. However, I do think that this deck feels very much like it punches above its weight class a lot, especially with the number of tutors and infinite combos and combo lines. I definitely recommend keeping that in mind whenever I talk about this deck. It is built to be high bracket 3, low bracket 4. That's normally what I present it at, but I do think that it's definitely a higher powered deck for a casual table. Okay, with the intro done, let's talk changes. The biggest change that I made to this deck is adding in Bolas Citadel and swapping out Smothering Tithe. In tandem with either Viscera Seer or Umbral Zealot, you can easily manipulate the top of your deck to continually cast spells using Bolas Citadel until you win the game. It's super fast, super acceleratory in comparison to Smothering Tithe, so I put it in. It's a very easy, you play Bolas Citadel on turn 6, and you can just simply win the game. Okay, so I wanted to do a live demonstration of the combo line that I created. So I set my board up in a state that is very easy to achieve, and I figured that I would shuffle up my deck here and yeah, just do a live demonstration of this combo. So I have my Umbral Zealot. This is my creature that is going to be able to manipulate the top of my deck by surveilling. Teysa, my commander, Death Doubler. I have 1 Ministrant of Obligation that has Afterlife 2, but with Teysa it'll be Afterlife 4. I have Bastion of Remembrance, which is a Blood Artist effect, as well as the token that is created by Bastion of Remembrance. And then I have my 6 mana to cast Bolas Citadel on turn 6. So I have hit my land drop this turn and casted Bolas Citadel. Right here is my deck. I'm going to shuffle it up just to show you guys that you can kind of win with any combination that your deck is in, as long as you are set up correctly using Umbral Zealot and some fodder to sacrifice. So let me speed myself up shuffling this deck just to show you guys that I am not tricking you guys or doing anything special with the deck. It's a actually totally randomized deck. But I'll give it a few more shuffles and then I'll get back to you. Okay, this deck has been shuffled quite a bit, so I will give it a quick cut. And then you can see I am here at 5 life, and I will show you how crazy this line can be. Starting with Martyr's Cause. It's another sack outlet. I don't really care for it right now, so I will sacrifice this token to Umbral Zealot, gain 2 to the Blood Artist effect, and surveil Martyr's Cause to the graveyard. And that's basically how this deck is going to work. I will basically play most of my creatures that I can, taking the damage for it thanks to Bolas Citadel. And whenever I hit something I don't want, or a land, I will be killing off my creatures and gaining life thanks to this Blood Artist effect, or even this Blood Artist effect, which actually gives me another 2 life. So yeah, you can see how this deck is meant to work. Especially this combo is going to be a lot of killing off your own creatures in order to manipulate the top of your deck and gain a bunch of life, so that way you can cast what's on the top of your deck. Ooh, Malakir Rebirth, very nice. I will cast that on Teysa, losing 3 life in total, but the next time that Teysa dies, she'll actually live. And here's the fun part about Umbral Zealot. Umbral Zealot works with artifacts. So I will actually cast that Jet Medallion. There's a Cruel Celebrant, another Blood Artist effect. Another Blood Artist effect. And both of these cost 2, so I will go down to 1. Afterlife Insurance. And here is our winner card. So you can see basically how this deck works is you are going to basically be manipulating the top of your deck until you hit your winner card. Once you hit your winner card, I need 2 life to cast it, so let's kill a Zulaport Cutthroat. When Zulaport Cutthroat dies, I will have 1, 2, 3 Blood Artist triggers that are all doubled. So I will gain 6 life. Zulaport dies, I will Surveil Afterlife Insurance back to the top. I'll cast it for 2 life. And basically now everything has Afterlife 1, which is then doubled by Teysa. So let's say if I kill 1, 2, 3, 4 of these tokens, I will get 4 tokens back. Or I'll get 8 tokens back, actually. So yeah, that's a little demonstration of the combo line. I'm not going to go too much further. It's a very easy combo line to follow, but you can just easily manipulate the top of your deck. If you see something you like, take the life and pay it. If you see something you don't like, in this case, this tutor is useless to me, I will kill a creature and throw whatever you don't want into the graveyard. And you can just keep doing this forever, especially with these Blood Artist effects that can continually gain you life. You can just manipulate that. And Cruel Celebrant had Afterlife, so I'll Afterlife 2 more tokens. So yeah, there you go. There is the very quick demonstration of this combo line. If I could honestly probably keep doing this forever. Blasphemous Edict goes away. Phyrexian Arena, I probably want to play. It's another artifact I can sacrifice. And yeah, you can just keep doing this forever and ever and ever until I run out of all the cards in my library. And by that time, I probably would have won the game. Okay, the second really good combo in this deck is Pitiless Plunder and Skull Clamp. You can clamp your 1 toughness creature to draw 4 cards using Teysa, and then you obviously create 2 treasure tokens from Pitiless Plunder, and then you can kind of just continue the chain from there. The idea is that obviously you'll be drawing a lot of other creatures that you can then play with the mana created by Pitiless Plunder, and can continue to clamp until you find a way to grab your win con. Okay, so I want to do another showcase of the Pitiless Plunder Skull Clamp combo. So I've set up my board again in a state that is very easy to achieve. I have Pitiless Plunder out here with a Wriggling Grub and Teysa. I also have my Skull Clamp out here, and I have 6 lands because I'm on turn 6. So let's say we tap 4 of them this turn to cast Pitiless Plunder, and then we have tapped 1 more in order to cast the Skull Clamp this turn. So I have 1 mana floating in order to activate the Skull Clamp. Here's the rest of my deck. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this once again on camera, so that way you guys know that I am not trying to manipulate the deck in any way. This is all just what's going to happen off the top of the deck. Give it a shuffle, 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 shuffle. Alright, I think that should be good enough. Well, I'll give it 1 more, and then I'll cut it. There we go. I'll do a cut right here. And let's do it. I will tap this to clamp my Wriggling Grub. I have no cards in hand. And I'm going to go ahead and move all of my lands to the side out of the shot, just because they are all going to be used up anyways. I will kill my Wriggling Grub. When the Wriggling Grub dies, I will make 4 worm tokens represented there, and I'll make 2 treasures, and that's what this little counter here is going to represent. It's going to represent the amount of treasure tokens I have thanks to Pitiless Plunder, excuse me. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 thanks to Skull Clamp. I will move the swamps out of the picture, or any land I'll move out of the picture because I can't cast them anyways, or I can't use them anyways. But yeah, here we go. So very good pickups here. Unfortunately, nothing that I can use right now. I only have 2 mana, so I will use 1 of the mana and then gain 2 back to clamp another token. Thanks to the token dying, I'll get the 2 back from Pitiless Plunder and go up to 3. I will draw 4 cards, toss out the land since I can't use it right now. But Afterlife Insurance is very, very good here, so I will pay the 2 mana to cast Afterlife Insurance. With Afterlife Insurance, I'll draw an extra card. Oh, nice. And I got the Dark Ritual here. So that means everything is now Afterlife Insurance. I still have the 1 mana. Let's use that 1 mana to clamp a token. I will gain back 2. And since this token has Afterlife, I will Afterlife 1, which then gets doubled thanks to Teysa. So these two still have Afterlife 1. These 2 tokens down here, I'll move them kind of down to the bottom, don't have Afterlife 1. But you can already kind of see how this deck is supposed to work. Obviously, when you clamp or kill anything with Skull Clamp here, you're going to be getting a net 2 treasure tokens, so you can kind of continue the chain. So if I continue the chain here, pretty good draws. I actually have a sack outlet now, so I can go ahead and actually pay the 1 for the sack outlet. And now, with all the mana that I have, I basically would be able to pay an additional 1 to Dark Ritual. When I Dark Ritual, I can cast Insatiable Avarice for 3 mana without using its other effect, but I can just cast it for 3. I would be able to search up a Blood Artist effect, like Zulaport. I will give this a very quick shuffle. Place it back. And then now I have the ability to use Carrion Feeder to kill another token. This token has Afterlife, so it'll Afterlife 2. I will create 2 mana. I can then use that 2 mana to clamp another token. Gain back 2 mana. I'll clamp this token. It'll die. I'll draw 4, including that Zulaport that I had stocked up. 4. Ooh, nice, very nice. Demonic Tutor there. With the 3 mana, I can play the 2 for the Zulaport. And now you can kind of see how this deck begins to combo off, right? I still have 1, 2, 3 tokens. I have this token that still has Afterlife 1. I can kill them with Carrion Feeder. I can get a bunch of mana, thanks to Pitiless Plunderer. And then I can start playing basically any of these cards that I drew in my hand, as well as continue to draw stuff using Skull Clamp. I can Demonic Tutor up, you know, another creature that can die to Skull Clamp. And yeah, that is how this combo works. It's very, very efficient. Very, very nice. I could draw basically through my entire deck very easily with it. And yeah, it's just a very, very good line to use as well if you have Skull Clamp Pitiless Plunderer. Another update that I made to this deck is I increased the number of tutors that are played, and I also ended up swapping out some different tutors with better ones. This aspect of the deck is something that is totally preference-based. I know in Casual Commander, not a lot of people like to play multiple tutors. If that is something that you don't like to do, please feel free to take out all the tutors in this deck, replace them with other pieces that you might be missing from the Aristocrat engine. I personally really enjoy tutors in this deck. I like that they make the deck a little more consistent, and they allow me to find my combos. But like I said, that is total preference. If you don't like tutors in this deck, please take them out. But I did want to call them out because I know that tutors are kind of a hot topic in the Commander sphere. So there you are. So for the last part of this video, I wanted to do a couple of test hands, just the starting hands, and maybe I can show you guys some of my thought process on what hands I choose to mulligan away or keep. I know this is, like I said, a more casual deck, so it's not meant to be anything like super CEDH or anything like that, but I thought it'd be fun just to kind of show you some of the thought processes that I have when drawing my starting hand. So here we go. First hand, this is a very, very good hand. The only thing I don't like about it is obviously the 2 lands. One land can make both colors. This land, as of right now, can't actually make any color other than colorless, since I don't have a swamp. That being said, I do like it quite a bit. You could play Cat turn 1, Umbrocaller Zealot turn 2, and then start surveilling away anything you might not need. So in this case, I would probably be using Umbrocaller Zealot to surveil away non-lands. With Pawn of Ulamog, Reassembling Skeleton, and Teysa, you have a lot of really good sack outlets. So I actually think I would keep this. It is a risky keep, but I do like I said, I really like the Umbrocaller Zealot here. to kind of shore up your mana fixing, so that way you can make sure you hit your land drops. Yeah, that is hand 1. Let's shuffle this up and I'll pull a second hand. Okay, hand number 2. Put this down. We'll grab top 3, 2, 2. Ooh, another 2-land hand. This is going to be interesting. It's another kind of greedy hand. I do like, obviously, the Phyrexian Altar here. 2 landers is very, very risky to keep. The good news is that basically all of these creatures are all underneath 2 mana. You could easily drop, you know, turn 1 Snarl, turn 2 Swamp, get the Infestation Sage out and the Cathar Commando, or maybe even Jadar out. And by that time, you basically have 3 draws to grab another land to drop the Phyrexian Altar. It's another one that I think I would keep, but I do understand it's very, very risky, just with the amount of lands that you have. But if you do hit your 3rd land, you're set up very, very well with the Phyrexian Altar. Okay, hand number 3. Let's see if we get anything good. 2 and 2 more. Okay, this is another actually really good hand. I like the Witch Enchanter here, can be used as a creature or as mana. So in this scenario, we're actually very mana heavy. Essentially, 4 lands plus Pawn of Ulamog. Blasphemous Edict is kind of a dead card, at least at the very beginning. But I think this is actually another pretty good keep. You are still waiting for a Blood Artist effect, but I think with the amount of card draw that you'll have, plus the fact that you at least hit all your lands to cast Teysa, this is a good hand. Alright. This is the 4th hand. Let's see what we can get this time around. 2, 3, 4. Ooh, an interesting start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. This start looks very good, looks very promising, but would I keep it? I don't actually think so. First off, unless you draw a Swamp or a Plains in turn 1, I can't play the Snarl. So it enters in tapped. Maybe on turn 2, you could hit the mythical Snarl, Soul Ring, Jet Medallion. But then by turn 3, you're playing Phyrexian Altar on curve. And you can't play anything else. Yeah, definitely with 1 land. I don't think I could keep it. It is a really good... That is definitely one of those hands where the decision making is going to be interesting, though. I mean, it's a very greedy hand with 1 land, but the fact that you have the Soul Ring plus the Jet Medallion plus a Phyrexian Altar that all can be played very, very quickly. I personally wouldn't keep it, but I could definitely see an understanding of why someone would want to, and just take the little bit of greed. But yeah, here we go. Shuffling up the next one. Alright, we'll do one more hand here. Hopefully I can get a good hand to talk about. Or maybe I'll just get a hand with only lands or only spells. Ooh, this is a very interesting hand. Okay, so the biggest issue I see with this hand is I don't have a white source. That being said, 2 mana into a Sign in Blood isn't the worst decision I can see around. Depending on what you have on the top, you're going to be seeing a lot of cards. By turn 2, you'll see 2 cards plus 2 extra. The chance of you getting a Plains is pretty high. Pawn of Ulamog, Afterlife Insurance, 2 very good cards. You have your Sir Conrad as a Blood Artist effect if you really need it. Would I keep it though? Oh, it's a tough decision. I can see the lines for it, especially since you have 2 card draw spells in your hand. If you're able to hit that 3rd land, you're in a really good spot with Pawn of Ulamog. I think I would mulligan this one. But like I said, if you are a gambling man, or if you like these card draw spells, I definitely can see an argument for keeping it with the double card draw here. But yeah, there you go. And that's the video. Teysa has been my pet deck for as long as I got back into Magic. She was the first commander that I built by myself, and probably the commander that I have the most time both playing and goldfishing. So I could talk about this deck for hours, but I'm pretty sure that's not what people want to sit down and listen to. But I'm very, very happy with it. I'm happy with the way it plays, and every time that I play it, I learn something new about the Aristocrat playstyle or about this deck in particular, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in playing Teysa, or perhaps if you have a Teysa build and you want to share some ideas. I would love to hear them. I'm always happy to talk shop with fellow Magic players. And if this kind of deck tech content is something that you're interested in, let me know as well. I have a bunch of decks that I've created over the course of my short Magic playing career for now. And I would love to just talk about them. I've built quite a few really good decks, and I just really, really enjoy playing them. So I need an outlet to talk about the crazy brews that I've come up with. But yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. As I said before, do all the YouTube stuff, and I will catch you in the next one.